Hello there everyone, my name is Nathan Birch. Today we're going to do our hands-on exercise 2 for lesson 2, practice with loops. So I said here you can do the following in the browser with an HTML and JS file or just in the terminal. In this video we're going to go ahead and do both. So to not make this very long, let's go ahead and blitz this. So let's see here. Oh, I can close that, sorry guys. All right, so I have my JavaScript 1 folder right here. I have a week 2 or a lesson 2 folder right here. And I'll go ahead and just make a new file. I'll start off with the JavaScript file and I'll say hands-on2.js. All right, first things first, we're just going to go down the line here. While loop, create a program that displays the numbers 1 to 100 using a while loop. So I'll say let x equals 1. And I'll say while, and then I have my condition here, x is less than or equal to 100. We'll say console.log x. And then to make it so this isn't an infinite loop, we do need to increment x by 1 every single time. So let's go ahead and save that and run it. And look at that beautiful output there. Okay, we have 100 as our last number and 1 as our first number. Okay, nice. So every single time it went through, we ran this line first, and then it said, okay, is 1 less than or equal to 100? True. That is true. So let's log 1 to the console, and then x equals x plus 1. So x is now equal to 2. And then it jumps back up here and checks again. Is 2 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Log it, increment it. Is 3 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Until 101 is false, and then it finishes. Okay, so there's our first one. Let's go ahead and write our next one. Create a program that displays the numbers 1 to 100 using a for loop. So the exact same thing, just with a for loop. And so I'll say for let I equals 1, while I is less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. Same logic right here, except this line, this condition, and this line are all right here. Okay, and then I'll just say console.log I. Okay, so I'm going to take this out here. I'll just comment it out for now and save it. And then I'll go ahead and run this. And you'll see that the output is exactly the same as it was for our last one. Okay, actually, did that run? Let's say for loop output plus I. Okay, and let's try running that. There we go. Okay, so that did run. Okay, so you can see I did the exact same thing. Our first number was 1, and then all the way up to 100. Okay, for that. All right, I'll go ahead and comment that out. Next one, for loop, create a program that displays the even numbers from 1 to 100 using a for loop. So actually, I'm just going to copy and paste this because it'll be pretty much the same thing. The only difference is I'll go ahead and make this 2. 1 is odd, so I don't really care about 1. And then right here, instead of saying I plus plus, I'll say I plus equals 2. Okay, so instead of adding 1 to I every time, it'll add 2. And so I will go from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8, all the way up to 100. And it should give us our even numbers. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, all the way up to 100. Okay, so there is our even numbers. So I'll say even numbers. Okay, sweet. Last one, for each, create a program with an array that contains 10 names. Write a loop to display each of those names to the user. So I'm going to Google this. Most, I'll say popular, baby names. Yeah, why not 2020? 50 popular baby names. Well, we just one-upped that 10 number right there. We got boys and girls, so that's going to be tricky. Well, that's okay. Let's go ahead and copy a few of these. I'm going to open up a new file over here just to paste them. I showed you guys that hotkey earlier this lesson. Shift home, delete all those. And then I don't want the boys' names, so I'm going to delete all those and that one too. Okay, there are my 10 girl names. I don't remember the hotkey. I just got this new computer, so I don't have the hotkey there. There's a hotkey to add a cursor to the end of every line that you have selected, but that's okay. So I'll go ahead and put all those into quotation marks, and then all onto the same line. To put them in an array, I just need a comma between each, and then I'll have an opening square bracket and take that comma off the last one and a closing square bracket. Okay. Now this will look a lot nicer once I go into here and I say let names equals and paste semicolon. Okay. So we have our 10 names right there. And now let's see what we had. Write a loop to display each of those names to the user. So this time we're going to use a for each loop. So I'll go ahead and say for, and I'll say name in names. Okay. And so this is the variable that I just declared. I could call this X. I could call this anything that I want to, but then I'll just say console.log name. Okay. Let me take out our even numbers here and save it and run it. Oh, unexpected end of input. Interesting. We have a nice error here. I wonder why that was caused. All right, so I think I see this like little dash through this variable name. So I'll go ahead and change that. We're just gonna say N for name. Okay, now watch what happens when I run this. So I'm gonna hit run, scroll down here. You can see numbers 0 through 9. So it recognizes that there are 10 items in this array, but it's not printing up the names like I want it to. So if I wanted to actually print up the names, then I would have to say names at index of N. Okay, because these are the indices, right? I have 0 through 9. So Sophia will be at index of 0, Olivia 1, Riley 2, Emma 3, Ava 4, and so forth. So if I want to print up each one of those, then I'll just say, okay, let's go ahead and get the value from names at index of these numbers that we just saw outputted. So let's save it and run it, and there are our names. Okay, sweet. Now I'm going to uncomment all of this. And instead of console.logging it, actually we can leave the console log for now. But let's go ahead and make an HTML file in here. So I'll say hands-on2.html, use my exclamation mark, and I'll just change the title this time and say hands-on exercise 2. Whoops. Apparently I just made a new desktop. This is my first time ever using the Mac. All right, hands-on exercise 2. This is for lesson 2. Hands-on exercise 2. All right, now I just need to connect this to our JavaScript file. Okay. If we want to see this running though, I can hit open with live server, and you can see I don't have anything in the page because I don't have anything in the body here. But I do have a title, lesson 2, hands-on exercise 2. Okay, so we got this opened up, and then I'll just say script, and then the source is hands-on2.js. Okay, now, so right now, if I inspect this page and look at the console, there's nothing there. But if I hit save, then it should show us all of our stuff. So here's our names, here's our even numbers, here's our for loop output, and there's our while loop output. Okay, so we did it. Okay, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this activity, trying to get in a little bit of practice with these different types of loops. Yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks.